What's good, JT Squad? It's your boy JTK, aka Josh Too Cool, and welcome back to another reaction video. Now, this is not a music reaction video. Now, I told y'all in my last video that I am considering making a gaming channel, and majority of it might be Fortnite because that's what I spend most of my time on. However, if I had a screen time for the second game I spend the most time on, it would definitely be WWE 2K20 or 19, one of the two. Because I am a huge WWE fan. As you guys know, I was partaking in pro wrestling before the whole neck injury thing or whatever. As I'm saying that, I have to stretch my neck. That's so stupid. But anyway, this is number 31 on trending for gaming. Um, I've heard good things. I've seen good things on Instagram, like the little clips and stuff that they've been posting. But we finally get, as the title says, a deep dive into the WWE 2K22 gameplay. Now, like I've mentioned, I'm a huge gamer. Most of my time during the day is gaming. If it's not school, it's gaming. Because I love gaming. Maybe, just maybe, I can make a little bit of profit off gaming one day. Just one day, maybe. But yeah, so don't mind the hair, your boy growing it out. But we're gonna get into this, man. We're gonna see how this game is. We all know WWE 2K20 was absolutely hot dog garbage. So yeah, we're gonna get into this, man. Let's see. Wait, hold on. I didn't, bro. Hold on. There we go.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Lionel Jinx. I am the creative director of the WWE 2K franchise. And this time I'm not alone, y'all. I've got my homie with me. She is going to be with me along this journey, this ride. Christina, please introduce yourself.
Hey, y'all. I am Christina DM Fam, art producer on WWE 2K22, and welcome
So if the game trash, I'm blaming these two? I bet.
to the inaugural episode of Ringside Report, brought to y'all by the teams at 2K and Visual Concepts.
We're here to provide regular updates and deep dives into the many areas and features of WWE 2K22.
And this year, we're introducing the WWE 2K22
Yeah, not gonna lie, bro. These graphics look nice, bro. Like they look hella realistic. Y'all see Sasha Banks for a minute? Yo, hold on, bro. We're not gonna yo, not like that, bro. But hold on. I can't find it, but yo,
WWE 2K22.
yeah, see, yo, Sasha.
Regular
I mean, we all know. I'm not gonna say that.
updates and deep dives into the many areas and features of WWE 2K22.
Like, bro, look how realistic that looks. That looks hella realistic. So does Oscar.
And this year, we're introducing the WWE 2K22 Ringside
Reigns
Reports.
looks good.
And you'll hear from Lionel and myself beginning now, through the game's launch in March, and after for the latest on DLC, patches, and other updates. And we're not going to be taking this ride alone because we're bringing the homies from the dev team with us. So
come on, bring them on.
Actually, I believe Hulk Hogan was in 2K20. I think he was just part of a DLC or whatever. So, yeah.
But before we dive into that, let's kick it off with a very quick conversation about visuals. Because let's be real, if y'all take a look at WWE 2K22, you might see some massive differences from previous cycles. And this is the best looking game yet.
It's pretty. It's so pretty.
Lionel, can you talk about how the teams approach production differently this time around, starting with the superstars?
So the superstars, in any WWE game are the backbone of the game, right? And so we have to make...
Yeah, see, this game, Seth looks so, like... This actually looks like a good game, but I'm trying to see the gameplay, bro. We seen all of this. See the gameplay, bro.
Virtual crowd boards in the game.
Oh, they have the Thunderdome in this. That's actually okay.
Over 55 playable arenas.
That's not bad.
And we also have virtual crowd boards in the game as well. So you might see some familiar faces.
That's good.
Oh, yeah. Not my ugly mug.
All right. We know what y'all been waiting for. So we have some folks in the waiting room. I'm going to go ahead and invite all of them in. So, y'all, we're so excited today because y'all know who we got. Please welcome the gameplay leadership team, principal designer Jason Vandiver, senior designer Derek Donahue, and senior producer Jonathan Rivera. Y'all, this is extremely exciting, and thank you so much for joining us. Roll the footage.
The gameplay, bro.
So at this point, one of the things we very intentionally called out to our fan base is that we have a redesigned gameplay experience. And starting with Jason, can you talk about what that means to you and how gameplay hits different?
In WWE 2K22, we have a completely new animation system. This system has allowed us to greatly improve the look and the feel of the characters. Basically, everything from the way the characters move and they traverse through the world to how they align with each other during attacks has been completely overhauled and redone. Players are going to notice a significant difference the moment they pick up the controller. The characters are way more responsive than they've ever been. You no longer feel like you're fighting to control your character to get them into position to do what you want them to do. Strikes, dives, springboards, they all connect more precisely. And that's also something that we really struggled with and took to heart and tried to resolve this year. Another key change that we've made to the game engine this year is our physics system. While the series...
I'm sorry, I'm really locked in on the gameplay because I'm trying to see. It looks like they have added some new moves. It looks like it's not the same old, move set or whatever. It looks like they have added some new moves. Yeah, it doesn't look bad to me, to be honest. It looks very similar, and I'm gonna be honest, like very similar and very, it looks very similar to WWE 2K, 19 or 20. Obviously they're not gonna show us if there was any glitches or anything. That's up to us, for the gameplay, for us to play. But so far, I'm liking what I'm seeing. It's not bad, to be honest.
Has always had Havoc to some degree. It was primarily used for only hair and cloth simulation. For 2K22, we've completely integrated Havoc into gameplay, which has allowed us to introduce things like breakable props. The kendo stick starts to fray the more you use it. Tables, they break more dynamically. The chair even breaks.
Okay, so that's actually the kickout meter. It's not a bar anymore. It's you tap it. That's actually very, very interesting.
It starts to fray the more you use it. Tables, they break more dynamically. The chair even breaks.
That's
and even elements within the environment itself are now dynamically breaking, such as like the corner barricade, instead of relying on a canned sequence animation. It's a really big change and has helped to make the entire gameplay experience feel more dynamic.
Awesome. Derek, same question.
So for me, when we sat down to figure out how we were going to change gameplay for 2K22, one of the biggest things that we put as a priority was making sure the game is.
Yeah, so the fighting definitely looks a lot more realistic than WWE 2K20. It definitely does. And I'm not mad at this at all. I'm actually liking what I'm seeing so far.
I want to be able to hand the controller to my friend to just core actions or something you can do beforehand.
I'm sorry, I'm just here for the gameplay.
Another big priority for us with that is making sure we're not smoothing over a lot of the details that returning fans like. So all of the high level of control that you expect to have with your character, all of the high degree of customization you expect, all of that still remains.
Okay, so you've mentioned...
Nothing's really changed with the crowd. The crowd still looks the same to me, to be honest. Looks a little more realistic. I think if they added more... obviously, they're not going to show us because they're talking, but if there was more crowd noises and more crowd chants throughout the match, I think that would make it so much more realistic, because if you play stuff like Universe Mode and you're in the middle of a good match and then all of a sudden you get the crowd popping for the babyface saying, "This is awesome," and all that stuff, it just makes the match so much better and it makes you more into the game and keep wanting to go with the match. So that's especially if you play universe mode and you're into the storyline creations, you're into the whole booking and all that stuff. So if you're into that stuff, I think that would be great if it was added into the game. But obviously, yeah, like I said, we don't know that because they're talking and we can't really hear the crowd. We're just seeing the gameplay. So a lot of the stuff that I'm pointing out is really for me to see when I play the game, right? I'm still not 100% sure if I'm going to get it because a lot of my time is going to be devoted to Fortnite, but I may or may not get it. I'm still debating.
New controls and mechanics. Combat itself is centered around 3 inputs: light attacks, heavy attacks, and grapples. So in this cycle specifically, what do those terms mean?
So light attacks, those are your quick strike.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Oh, okay, so they changed it up a bit. Um, wow, okay. So I don't think if I'm not mistaken, I don't think they had the block feature in WWE 2K20. I don't think that they did. So in 2K20, grapple because I have a PS5, I have a PlayStation controller, so I'm reimagined, but I've played with both, so I know how this works. So in 2K20 and I believe in 2K19 as well, heavy attack um was X. So in a PlayStation controller, um, this was your heavy attack. I think you would have to hold square. Right? You would have to hold square, which is X here. Grapple was never B or like circle in this case. It was X. And then circle was the Irish whip and all that stuff. So dodge and climb would be R1 in my case. Pretty interesting.
Strikes, the fastest attacks in the game. Heavy attacks, those are kind of like strong strikes from previous years. They're bigger, slower strikes, but they deal more damage. And then finally, grapples. Those are where some of the bigger changes come into play. So you press the grapple button once to lock up with your opponent, but then from there you can press light, you can press heavy. Those will do your light and heavy grapples, but there's all sorts of other options. Irish whips, drag, carry, all of those things come from the grapple state. So once you grapple your opponent, you have a lot of possibilities opened up to you.
Okay, and I want to toss this over.
So do you have to? Is what he's saying? You have to grapple your opponent and then Irish whip? I don't know if that's
over to Jonathan too. So opening up these possibilities, can you talk about some of the combo options that players can dive into?
Yeah, sure. I love how simple and engaging our new dynamic combo system feels. I don't need to memorize every superstar's moveset, but instead I practice the timing of my inputs in order to execute combos. Light attacks allow me to branch into a combo, apply it to anybody I play with. I love the exploration that I'm personally really excited to see what cool combos our community creates.
this was in the game as well.
Okay, very quickly, I want to take it back to one point that Derek touched on earlier, which was about the accessibility of this game and being able to just Derek touched on earlier, which was about the
Okay, so right stick is the pin. That's new as well.
Accessibility of this game and being able to just pick it up and play. And I want to call this out mainly because I myself am a much newer player to WWE 2K. So for me, picking up and playing has been the whole experience.
Oh, I just realized those new effects. I was trying to take in what it was. So when you get slammed hard, your screen turns red. So that's pretty new. Huh. Okay.
The controls are super easy to learn. And while my own habits fall back on button mashing the controller, even though we have that, I enjoy.
See, there's a thing, man. They had that same pin, reaction animation for a while now. Like I think that's another thing. We need to see some new pin animations. Like I haven't seen any new pin animations. I've just seen the same old ones, and I think that's something that needs to change. I think we need more new pin animations because it gets old and tiring when it's the same animations over and over again. And we've dealt with that in 2K20 for 2 years because we didn't get a 2K21, obviously. So I think that needs to change.
Having to be very strategic and intentional about how I'm approaching this game, especially when it comes to the timing of things like reversals or finishers. So I can definitely attest to, hey, if you're feeling intimidated, I can definitely attest to, hey, if you're...
Is that new or was that always in the game? I don't think I was ever able to do that with anybody. I think that maneuver is new.
If you're feeling intimidated by this, please don't pick it up, try it out. You'll have such a blast. But also, if you're a vet and you've been playing this for a long time, can y'all talk about how vets can better show off their moves and what that means for the overall strategy of their experience?
So a lot of the strategy for...
I don't want this to be too long. Are they Oh, they go over more controls here. Oh, it's the same.
Light, heavy, or grapple input against you. So those moves are countered with breakers. Everything else is countered with a reversal. So it's a lot more strategic, but also when you're on offense, you have to be careful with how you want to attack your opponent so that they don't counter you.
So our community has been speculating about the HUD and like guessing like what, these little glowing meters mean and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. Jonathan, I'm going to let you be the first to break this down and break the news. And let's dive into the HUD and give the community some clarity here.
So our goal was to create a HUD that strips down all unnecessary aspects and simply gives the user the information that they need without distracting the user from the in-game action. So at the very top, you'll have the vitality meter, and this is basically your health bar. Below that, you'll find a special meter, which is a resource you want to spend to perform signatures, paybacks, or defensive action. Finally, at the bottom is your finisher meter, where you can store up to 3 stocks.
So there's one thing that's missing that I think a lot of people are like, where's the reverse stock? Mm-hmm. Can you talk a little bit more about the changes we made there?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, obviously the biggest change that we made was removing the reversal stock from the HUD. We felt that 2K20's matches came down to how the users manage their reversal stock. We wanted to bring a bit more skill to a match by giving the users unlimited reversals.
Thank you. Good, because I was going to take it off anyway. That's what I did in 2K20, man. There's no such thing as a limited amount of reversals in a real wrestling match. There's no such thing at all. And that's why I take them off in my universe mode matches and even in my the play mode matches. It's because limited reversals, what is that? That's not even close to realistic. You don't see general managers in AEW or WWE say, all right, for this match you only have 3 reversals. Nobody says that. So I just thought that's stupid, so I'm glad they took that out.
But making them a little bit more difficult to execute. In our internal matches of 2K22, we get wild swings and back and forth and a bunch of so-close moments that we really feel make the match memorable. And in addition to that, we added a new stun meter that shows up on the characters when it's close to being filled. So we're really excited to show off our new HUD and for our users to play with all of the new additions and our streamlined approach.
Cool. One of the things that, at the end of the match where I'm in previous years or, iterations, once you basically knew once your opponent didn't have any reversal stock incorporated into that part of this new mechanic.
Yeah, so with reversals no longer being on a limit, that opens up a lot of possibilities for how your opponent can counter you, right? They could always pull a reversal out, or if you're using...
I like that frog splash animation as well. I don't think that was in 2K20 either.
Combos and grapples, they could hit you with a breaker. But the stun meter that Jonathan mentioned earlier, that's one of your biggest tools for making sure that you can pull off your biggest moves without getting countered.
Okay, so we do have a few new pin animations because that's definitely a new one. So we do. All right.
So lighter attacks, while they don't do as much damage to the vitality of the opponent, they're better at filling your opponent's stun. And if you can get their stun meter filled, that's your opportunity to perform an attack without the risk of getting a reversal or a breaker.
Button mashing is back, y'all. I love it. It creates a whole new level of intensity in those tight matches. And I got to practice my finger strength on that just so I can beat everyone down when this game goes online.
New moves, I like it.
All right, y'all, we can go on and on, but unfortunately we're out of time. So to close out, now that we're nearing the end of production,
they just talk it out. So final thoughts on the gameplay so far. I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. I like how the game looks. There are new animations, so I'm not complaining anymore. Because I did see that new pin animation, but I only saw one. I'm just saying. I only saw one. But yeah, I like what I see. I like how the game looks. I like how they have the Thunderdome. I really do like that. I think that's definitely. I think I might. If I get the game, I might take advantage of that as well, and also see how it is. I'm curious to see how they would do that. But yeah, overall, I like how the gameplay looks. There are maybe a few similar things that are in, but I didn't expect them to change the game completely. Just we just need to find out if there's no more glitches, there's no more game crashing. Because I would love to see some Royal Rumble gameplay because every single time I play Royal Rumble in WWE 2K20, or almost every single time, the game just crashes. Um, so that's something that needs to be fixed as well. And obviously they won't show us all that. They're gonna show us the good things in WWE 2K22, and that's what every gaming company should do. It's just marketing strategy. So it's just up to us to actually play the game and see how it is and see if it's actually that good. But in terms of the graphics, it looks great. I'm glad they finally fixed Edge's face scan, because the past few games it has been absolutely terrible. Um, and I've just been ashamed to use him in my universe mode, even though I've just been like, oh, this is not Edge. Like, but yeah, I like how the game looks so far. I'm not mad at it at all. But this video has been long enough. I'll see y'all in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, hit the notification bell so you're up to date with all the videos. Most importantly, stay cool. I'm gone, y'all.